Today is the last video and the 9th video in my Inktober series, and today's video consists of the remaining prompts, which is 5 in total, and that's day 27 Onion, day 28 Skeletal, day 29 Lesson, day 30 Vacant, and day 31 Award. Now all these prompts are combined into this one illustration, and boy wasn't this one a challenge. Now day 27 Onion made me think of how these killer cases have many layers of information and evidence to go through, just like an onion. Some cases are so convoluted that several investigators need to be called in to handle cases and go over evidence to make sure that nothing is missed by other investigators. Day 28 Skeletal led me down the path to an American serial killer named Herbert Baumeister. He owned Fox Hollow Farm and murdered over a dozen gay men in the 90s, and the bones of 8 men were fully identified from Herbert's 18-acre farm in Indiana. Many more bone fragments were found on the property decades later and still cannot be identified. In 1994, Herbert's young son was playing on the property when he uncovered a complete, partially buried human skeleton, which was allegedly real. Herbert just told his family that it was just a dissecting skeleton, which is a virtual model that schools have for study, and was not real bones. A man named Tony Harris contacted police in 1994 saying that he was suspicious of a man named Brian Smart. Tony was a patron of a gay bar called 501 Club where he encountered this Brian, and Brian had tried to kill him while they were in an erotic asphyxiation session. Once the police got involved, they found out that Brian Smart was indeed Herbert Baumeister's alias he was using when in gay bars and when they investigated, which led to a warrant to search his farm. Herbert's wife Julie and Herbert refused the search, but as time went on, Julie started getting scared of Herbert and his erratic behaviour, and then she finally filed for divorce and rang the police to search the farm. She apparently had no idea he was committing such crimes. 11 people's remains were found, with 8 being officially identified. A warrant went out for Herbert's arrest, so he decided to flee to Ontario, Canada, where he offed himself with a .357 Magnum handgun and left a very lengthy suicide note. He was 49 years old. Day 29 Lesson made me think of the lessons that are learned by law enforcement officers from each case they visit and investigate. Some crime scenes are even videoed as training videos, like the one from the Port Arthur massacre. That 20-odd minute long video detailed the crime and victims, and it's just heartbreaking and actually made me cry seeing the dead bodies of men, women and children absolutely littering the ground and the buildings around the Port Arthur site. Now day 30 Vacant. We all know that serial killers can leave bodies in abandoned buildings, and it's often in the basements of these abandoned buildings. And finally, day 31 Award is how serial killers get rewards or feel like they're given an invisible award when they see their own crimes in the media. Some killers over the years have thrived off of that feeling and love the attention, making it feel like they are being awarded something. Now, this illustration I did for this one today was trying to combine 5 prompts into this one, which was a little bit challenging, but I like a bit of a challenge. But yeah, because I've lost a bit of enthusiasm for Inktober, it's sort of just, I don't know. I really don't like this particular illustration either. I've just really gone downhill now, and thank God it is over. So obviously the onion prompt is on top of the skull of the skeleton's head, which is opening up to reveal many layers, as I talked about, and the skeletal prompt was of obviously the skeleton that's sitting there in this abandoned basement. I'll get onto that prompt in a minute. But then you've got day 29, which is lesson, which it's filming on a camcorder. It's crimes, but you can't sort of see. It's sort of off, you know, from the pictures, so you can use your imagination. He is using a camcorder to record what he is doing, and as I said before, Vacant, day 30, he's sitting in a vacant basement, you know, hiding away from the world, where possibly his victims are being housed. And then day 31, which is a ward, this skeleton is holding up an awards that says best killer ever, because he's praised himself for what he has done. So yeah, that's those final prompts all rolled up into one illustration, which I don't like. And once again, I'm gonna whinge. I am so thankful that this is over, so I can get back to some normalcy with my videos. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to do Inktober next year. Yeah, just throwing it out there. If you care, I don't think anyone's probably going to care, but I don't know if I'm going to continue with Inktober next year. I'll just see how I feel. I might switch it up and do like a just Halloween, scary Halloween videos for the whole month of October, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just getting a little bit, I don't know, done with Inktober. So yeah, it's just something I just don't want to do anymore, I suppose, when you think about it. When I think about it, I mean. But anyway, that is it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed some of this video or whatever. And if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, dislike it, I don't care what you do. And hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Bye.